Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allah informed us that in His wisdom He created three kinds of intelligent beings that we know about, human beings and angels, and this third mysterious creation called the jinn. Human beings have always had a fascination with this third dimension of a creature. In different religious traditions, whether they call them demons or spirit creatures or whatever else, there's always been all kinds of mythologies and superstitions and stories and beliefs that impact a lot of cultures and a lot of traditions and even a lot of cultish behavior surrounding this creature, this species that Allah created called the jinn. And it's not something Allah denies. Allah has acknowledged the existence of jinn and even talked about them exhaustively in the Quran. But it's unfortunate that a lot of Muslims have also been influenced by these outside non-Islamic sources, non-Muslim sources on understanding what the jinn are and what their purpose is and how human beings interact with them. And that's led to a lot of, ignorance and maybe even sometimes something that borders on shirk that involves jinn. So there's lots of misguidance around this subject also. Thankfully, Allah Azza wa Jal has given us in His guidance a very comprehensive picture of who they are and what their presence means for us in this life, the good among them and the bad. And the most comprehensive place Allah deals with that is in fact Surah Al-Jinn. Growing up as a Muslim, as many of you that are watching may have also, we heard all kinds of jinn stories and jinn superstitions and, we were given fear of the jinn and this and that and the other. All kinds of superstitions like flooded our lives, and a lot of that stuff was never really detoxed. We never really undid many of those stories. So the best kind of tazkiyah, the best kind of purification, not just of the heart, but also of our concepts, of our minds, of the stories that we may have built up in our conscience and our psyche, is actually the Quran. So I'm very excited that a surah that I thought we should deal with in a holistic way, looking at the history of jinn outside of the Islamic tradition, what other religious traditions believe about them, what other philosophies believe about them, what the Quran is saying about them, what the Bible is saying about them, and the comparison and contrast between all of them, and then looking holistically at the message and the teachings of Surah Al-Jinn. And why would Allah tell us about them anyway? Looking at all of that, so we have a good educated picture about this creation of Allah that Allah deemed in His wisdom necessary to tell us about. Is something I'll be doing in our study of Surah Al-Jinn. It's going to be a taxing endeavor, but inshallah, an informative one and hopefully a really beneficial one for myself and inshallah ta'ala for all of you. So that's coming pretty quickly this year in Melbourne. And those of you that are local or are able to travel to Melbourne, I'll see you there. And for those of you who can't, you'll be catching the recordings of them on Bayna TV. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.